Hello everyone, this video is going to be a cozy Friday double feature where I will give you my to-be-read list and as well give you my book recommendations for this summer. The choices of my reading list for this summer are made in consideration to my time, as this summer is going to be quite busy for me. So I want to make sure that the books that I select I'll be able to feasibly get through without being overly stressed out. And I hope that there will be someone out there who will read one of them, and I hope it embraces your summer enthusiasm and helps make your season bright. Oh man, that sucks. First book on my list for this summer is Binti by Dr. Nnedi Okorafor. Anyone who's known me for the past year and a half will know that I've been on a really big science fiction kick. And so I wanted to kind of open up my horizons and look outwards and see what other works are out there, and also to read things that were a bit more modern. By browsing around online, I came across this book, and it has been on my list for quite a while, and so I just finally was able to get my hands on a copy, and I'm really excited to read this book and to learn more about the author. As Dr. Nnedi Okorafor, she is super prolific, and that was definitely a lovely surprise in discovering her works, that there is a lot out there and a lot of interviews to watch. I'm definitely excited to be jumping in with it. The second book on my list is The City in the City by China Miéville. I found this book after reading Philip K. Dick's Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, and the library app that I was using gave this as a recommendation, and so I came across it in a secondhand bookstore, and I was like, okay, let's check this one out. And it has the sort of crime drama part of it, it has some noir-esque elements, so everything that would definitely sell me on a book, as I do like noir and I do like murder mysteries, and I really did like Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, so I figured like, okay, might as well read something maybe a little bit more modern. The last item on my list is Compendium Number 1 for Saga by Brian K. Vaughan and Fiona Staples. While I know that this is not necessarily a book in the strictest sense as it is a graphic novel, however, it's been quite a long time since I have delved into a comic book or a graphic novel, so this is something that I am definitely looking forward to diving in and reading. And this one I discovered through my partner, as she was telling me one day that the only graphic novel or graphic comic book series that she had read when she was a teenager was the first few chapters of Saga. So I was intrigued, and then about half a year later we went to a secondhand bookstore, and this just happened to be on the shelf, and we both just knew that we were going to immediately just get it. This last part of the video are going to be my recommendations to you for this summer, and here are my 3 books that I hope that you will get a chance to enjoy. First recommendation is Virtual Light by William Gibson. And this book reads very much like a Hollywood action film. It took me about 2 days of somewhat distracted reading to get through this book, but it was a lot of fun and I really had a great time reading it. What I like most is Gibson's ability to immerse the reader in the world that he creates. So while there is all the bang and flash of the primary narrative, I found the parts that I enjoyed the most were his descriptions of the bridge, the shops, and all the environments the characters go through, and how well thought out each aspect of it is. If you enjoyed Virtual Light, I would also suggest checking out the rest of the Bridge trilogy of Idoru and All Tomorrow's Parties. My second recommendation is Jack Kerouac's Satori in Paris. I find that Jack Kerouac is best for the summer because his writings involve usually meeting new people and traveling to different places. A lot of complaints about this book come from that they find that it's very rambly, a little bit disjointed, and it kind of focuses too much on his drinking, which are all valid criticisms of this book. However, if you're looking for a book that has a lot of narrative drive to it, like the Gibson or anything that's more about the story, I would definitely say this will not be for you, as I would say the Satori in Paris is a bit more of a conversational style of writing. It's very stream of consciousness or spontaneous prose, which comes along with a lot of Jack Kerouac's works. And if you're into that, it's perfect. And if you're not quite into that, it's very easy to be put off with his style of writing. But for myself, what I love the most about Jack Kerouac's writings are his ways of being very personal with the reader. You have to approach his style on his terms, which is very conversational. Imagine just someone sitting down across from you and telling you all the details of their life. And if that's something that you can buy into, then you will definitely enjoy this book. If you are looking for a great big reveal, as the word Satori implies, of sudden illumination, you're not going to get that in this book. But what I would say is that, like, what reveals itself to you in this book is the search for meaning, and it definitely gives you an inside look to Kerouac's journey of trying to discover what his heritage means to him by discovering his ancestral roots and discovering the meanings behind his name. If that's something that interests you and is sort of exploratory in that sort of sense, then you will definitely enjoy this book. The last book on my recommendation list is not one that I actually physically own, but one that I own a digital copy of. If you're a person who likes stories set in the 1940s/50s, or you like noir mysteries, The Fade Out by Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips is a perfect fit for you. I went through all 3 volumes of it, or rather all 3 acts of this story within a day and a half, as I just was glued to my computer reading it. I might be giving away some vague spoilers here, but I feel like you should know that before you read this, it is not necessarily a super uplifting story, and it is not meant for children, but it is still a very fun and engaging read. If you're a person who likes the constant twists and turns of Agatha Christie, I can definitely see that you would enjoy The Fade Out, as it has a lot of similarities with that sort of style of mystery. And the art is also phenomenal. There is just a lot to it that will just keep you turning the pages. That's going to be my current short form to be read list, and then also my book recommendations for this summer. I will be taking a little bit of a step back over the next little while, as I'll be engaged with different things, so things may be a little bit slow here on the channel, but I will be going back to, as soon as humanly possible, to posting every Friday. I want to say a big thank you to everyone who saw the last video. I'm very touched that it did as well as it did, and I hope I can continue to make videos that you enjoy watching and sharing things that I'm passionate about with you in the future. Let me know down below the things that you're going to be reading this summer, or other book recommendations that you think would be a perfect fit for the summer. I hope to see you in the next video, and keep reading and stay tuned. Bye for now.